me to read it as well.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, July 10th at 9 a.m. We will start our work session. Any public comment? Okay. Anybody on the computer have public comment? Okay. Matt, we're gonna kick it off with you.
Okay, great. I'm Matt McCaw, Executive Director for Greater Idaho. I live here in Powell Butte, very close to where the fire was in West Powell Butte State. So very grateful for all of our first responders that made sure that everything was safe there. I'm here to ask the commissioners to write a letter. As you know, Crook County residents, Crook County voters passed Measure 786, which basically asked them if they wanted the county to represent that they wanted to pursue a border relocation to include Crook County as part of Idaho. So because voters passed that, because it's something that the county does not have the power to do, but it's something that has to be done at the legislature, what we're asking as an organization is that the county commissioners put together a letter asking our state legislature and our leaders at the state level to move forward with this, to advocate for the citizens of Crook County. It's something that 7 other counties have already done in Eastern Oregon. I included in your packet a couple of examples, but there's examples from all the counties at our website. And it would basically, just the commissioner saying, we hear what the people have said, and we want to move this up to the next level.
Yeah, no, sounds great. Brian, you got any questions?
No, sounds good. That's what we agreed to do and the voters said, so.
Okay, so give us a week or couple weeks to let our legal team put together a letter and
Okay,
we'll get it done.
sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yep, thank you.
Do we need a motion for that? I think probably would wait to make the motion once we get the actual letter. Yeah. Perfect. Bill.
It's actually not me, it's Drew, and I talked to Brody this morning, he said James would be here. So,
You, James?
yes, sir. To talk about the accurate controls and the camera system in the jail. We presented, I can't remember the date, it's been a little while ago, about this issue with the accurate controls in Pelco. And the cameras that are currently in the jail. Brody's done quite a bit of research on this and figured out, and so Drew and James are here to give an update on the two, I guess Brody did 2 companies with quotes. One of them was 170 some thousand, and the other one was 200,000. But I'll let James talk about what's going on with that.
All right, so the second quote was almost 300, 289, the first quote was 178, so close. From what I understand, Pelco was bought out by Motorola. Motorola they're kind of separating stuff, sounds like maybe they're gonna phase out Pelco. We can go with the Pelco system. And we use a lot of existing stuff, but the system might not exist. Our system currently is not supported any longer and will not have any more updates. Going without Pelco to the other company, we don't buy ourselves in or lock us into the Pelco contracts. It's kind of an open thing, so we can have anybody service it. And just what I'm understanding from what I read in the email so far. Both of them they have some good schedules of how they're gonna go through. We'd have to work with the IT department, maybe whoever doing that, that's a city, or our IT department to make sure they're on board with what needs to happen as far as servers and data rooms and things like that. Sounds like most of the existing cabling would be used. There's upgrading some touchscreen monitors and things like that. So both of them seem like really good, solid systems, but I would lean more towards myself, the open system where we have more control on what we're doing, and it seems to be a better supported system. So as far as what I know so far on that system going on.
So in my conversation with Brody this morning, it seemed like the cheaper one would seem like it would be less labor intensive, for us and the county and the contractor. And that was kind of the one that he had, recommended going with, and I think you're on board with that.
Yeah,
The 100.
yeah, it seems a lot more straightforward. The camera replacements would be minimal, cabling like still would be straightforward, so. And it's far cheaper. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to spend all that money for what doesn't seem to be a better choice.
Yeah, it's almost half.
Have you guys talked with Christina in finance and
Yes.
yes, you're able to afford it?
Christina, since I know she can hear me and she's muted and can't respond fast enough, Christina said I could have all the money I want.
Hey now, I can unmute that button pretty quickly.
No, I
Oh,
use
goodness.
cheaper one is probably a better option.
My understanding correct, you guys got 2 quotes?
Yeah.
Okay, have you tried to get a 3rd quote? This price level?
I don't think so.
I don't know the answer to that.
You guys would need to get, so it's intermediate procurement, so you need at least an attempt to get a 3rd quote.
And we can touch with Brody, he may have attempted.
Yeah, I just need some documentation
I
for
don't know
that.
that answer though.
I'll circle back with Brody and see.
Okay, for the 3rd quote, thank you.
I think Stephen has a question.
Stephen does have his hand raised.
I do. Good morning. Hey, I was just wondering, is this system supported by Crook County IT? Is that the intention, or is this supported by City of Prineville IT?
This falls under the city of Prineville.
Okay. Thank you.
Consent agenda next meeting?
Let's put it
Well, I
on
haven't
the
seen
discussion.
documents yet, yeah.
Yeah, let's put it on the discussion. I'd like to do a little more follow-up and see if this is, what we have in Justice Center and what this is, and kind of get a little better feeling about it.
Of the system of who we're using to manage the system?
No, of the software, I'd just like to see what's at the,
If it's the same
Justice
software
Center.
as the Justice Center, and if we need to make sure.
yeah.
James, we have like a few months of runway on this, right? If I remember correctly, like they're slowly removing support for this, but it's still gonna work for a few months. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay, so yeah, it's not a rush. We can
Just-
maybe bring
We
this back
just
at
had
work
a
session.
pretty massive overhaul and update on that camera system just a month or so ago.
Okay,
So, yeah, we're not necessarily in bad shape. The issue is once we can cover, we lose, once the support piece is lost, if we have a camera that goes down, then we're kind of trampled, but we're not.
okay.
I think December was the time frame that Brody told me everything. We got time. Time's on our side of this one.
Yeah, so maybe whoever's running one on this, just make sure we have that 3rd quote and make sure you talk to Brian and Stephen and get it coordinated with the Justice Center. Come back for work session and do consent.
So are you aiming for the 17th or rolling it to the work session for the 31st for our next attempt?
I prefer the latter.
31st for the next attempt?
So that'll give us time to get another quote too.
Okay,
Then we all said.
okay. Work session for the 31st.
Okay, anything else? Well, you got anything?
I do not have anything. Thank you.
All right. Public? All right, we'll now go into executive session.
You guys, thank you.
Yeah,
I don't have the record, but it's pretty close. to
really
record.
close. I take it.
Yeah,
It's right in
I
line.
think we've had one other meeting just like this.
All right, the Crook County Board of Commissioners will now meet in executive session under RS 1926602H, the purpose of consulting counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to litigation or litigation likely to be filed. And ORS 1926602F to consider information or records are exempted by law from public inspection. Representatives of the news media designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media specifically directed not to report on any deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session is previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. In the executive session, we turn to open session, welcome the audience back in the room. The Crook County Board of Commissioners will now leave executive session under ORS 1926002H. Purpose consulting the council concerning legal rights to duties of the public body with regard to current litigation or litigation like to be filed under ORS 1926002F. Consider information or records that are exempt from law, public inspection. Representatives of the news media designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any deliberations during the executive session. Except to state the general subject of the session is previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. In the executive session, we turn to open session, welcome the audience back in.
For the 2F, I'd recommend a motion to direct staff to proceed as discussed.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'm gonna need a motion for the 2H.
Okay. Adjourn.